Was Abraham Lincoln a president?
Yes.
Oh, I thought he was just a whatever publical figure.
Welcome back to Delulu Diaries, where the timelines don't match, but the receipts always do. Before we get started, I just want to say if you hear heavy breathing in the background, that is my dog. He just came in from exercise, and I was hoping he was going to settle down in a timely manner, but it seems like he's just really worn out. So again, my bad. I should have timed that a little bit better. And speaking of timing, I also want to apologize for how late in the day this video is coming out. I'm still going to post it today so I don't miss my deadline, but honestly, I just lost a day. I was talking to Mr. Delulu and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to have to record tonight so I can post my Tuesday video. And he was like, today is Tuesday. So I don't know what to tell you guys. The pregnancy brain is pregnancy braining. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and jump back in where we left off. Just as a quick reminder, I last watched August 1st on Amberlynn's TikTok, and she said she was weighing in, I believe at 5:15 even. So I'm curious to see how far we can get, and I'm also wondering if at this point in real time she's saying that she's under 500. I'm not sure. I haven't been watching anybody else talk about her, so it's all a surprise to me, but let's get started on August 2nd. Okay, so this is going to be one of her ASMR styles, which I don't particularly like. Also, last time she had one of these protein shakes, well, the last time she talked about having one of these protein shakes, she said she was having it because she had a busy day. She was going out with Mama Lynn. And I have a feeling if she was going somewhere, she would have opened up this TikTok by saying she was going somewhere. So it seems like that's just her morning breakfast, no matter what she has going on in the day. Now, I do want to say I don't feel like I see any weight loss yet. She says that she's lost 34 pounds, and I have seen some of you guys say that 34 pounds you would not see. I also see you guys saying that she is still using the slimming filters, and so it's hard to tell how much she's lost or if she's lost anything at all. But yeah, I don't know. I personally am not seeing any weight loss, so I'm not at a point where I believe her, just to make that clear. It says here she's going to make Cajun carrots, onion, and corn with pork chops. To me, that sounds very low calorie. I'm really curious to see how many, what size of meat to vegetables she has, because there's no, carbs or fats in there. I mean, maybe the carrots, maybe she'll cook them in butter or something. Let's see. Is that how you guys use your vegetable peelers? Is she even using a vegetable peeler? I can't see if that's a different tool, but I would use a vegetable peeler and just go down the carrot. I wouldn't pull it back up, because look at this whole ribbony mess she's making as she's doing this. I don't feel like that's right. Kind of minor, but yeah, it's just a vegetable peeler. Okay, so we don't get to see how she made her Cajun carrots and corn, but based on the fact that she's got it in a pot and it's steaming and she cooked the corn in there as well, I'm gonna guess she boiled this stuff. So no healthy fats added for satiety. There's no carbs. Let's see the pork chops. I guess that's a fair amount of meat. I don't know. To me, I don't feel like this meal would be super filling, but it is her lunch, and I know she doesn't like to eat very much during the beginning portion of the day. So we can see what else she has for dinner, but I'm thinking her dinner is probably going to be on the larger side with a lunch like this. Okay, this could be a me thing, and honestly, I'm not educated on this at all. So, let me know if I'm misled on this. But with everybody saying that we have such a big issue with the microplastics in food right now, is that little cup of macaroni not a concern for the microplastics? I know that Amber has more, like, bigger fish to fry or whatever, so I'm not saying she should necessarily be concerned about that. I'm just more so curious because, like, you are microwaving plastic. Like that just doesn't seem like the move. Probably getting it in the box and making it that way would be better. And then she could just portion that out if she was trying to avoid the microplastics. But let me know if I'm like being silly and that's a completely different type of plastic or something like that. I'm sorry, that looks like dog food. I know that like technically what she made is not that bad. I think it's just like a half pound of ground beef with some Brussels sprouts and taco seasoning. That's not that bad. So no hate to that. It's the bowl she puts it in. I think if it was like on a plate, I wouldn't feel that way, but just because the bowl looks so dog food bowl like, I can't help but feel like this is just a really fancy dinner for a dog. That is so much peanut butter. I don't understand why she feels like she has to have peanut butter every single day. Okay, so that's all for that day. I still think that it's kind of strange to end your day off with a bowl of oatmeal. Like, I don't know. You should really have your carbs in the morning because then she's just eating carbs and going to bed. Granted, I don't believe she's eating like this. I don't think that this is actually her diet. I think that this is all done just for content. But if this were what she was eating, I would say, like, don't have a ton of carbs at the end of your night. Her lunch actually would have been a much better dinner, final meal, whatever. Like, and I get that her last meal is supposed to be a snack, but realistically, she's eating four meals. They're all about the same amount of calories. So I don't think it really matters what order she does it in. So, like, why not have the oatmeal as her quote lunch if she wants to call the protein shake her breakfast? And then have that very light, not a lot of carb meal right before bed. Like, that would make more sense to me. But you know, if this were working for her, I would say just do whatever you want to do. But that's my thoughts on that day. So overall, I don't think she did too bad if she was sticking to what she showed us on camera, which again, I don't believe she is, but just commenting on that portion, I thought the food looked fine. I don't think that I would have really liked the taco mac and cheese the way she made it. Like, I feel like it would be good with the mac and cheese and the meat, or with the meat and the Brussels sprouts, but I don't know that all three of those together sounds good to me. But that's personal preference, so whatever. Let's go ahead and see what she's got in store for us on the next TikTok.
Today is my hectic day. Look at I'm just so comfy.
I have to say, her body still looks alarming. I really don't see any weight loss in her face or in her body. And for her to be like, oh, I'm just dressed comfy today, like no tea, no shade, but when's the last time we've seen Amberlynn dressed up fancy? The only difference between this outfit and an outfit she would wear on a regular day is that she's wearing loose pants instead of her regular, like, mop legs, black leggings, as Mr. Snowflake would say.
Don't care about anything besides being comfy. Okay.
And that too, oh my God. Like, Does she not realize how that sounds? I don't care about anything except being comfy. Yeah, girl, not just in your outfit today either. Like, that's why you are the size that you are. Like, I don't know. Okay, this is a personal pet peeve of mine. I just hate it when people are lazy. Like, I have lazy days, of course, and obviously I understand the irony of me saying that I hate it when people are lazy and then publishing my video like hours late today. But that being said, like, I am pregnant. I'm trying my best. But no, I'm just saying, like, if I knew that I was leading a lifestyle where I'm constantly just making the comfortable choice, I don't know that I would come to the internet and make commentary about my clothing, being like, oh, I just wanted to be comfy. That was my number one priority. Because, like, yeah, it's evident. Like, if you would put in a little bit of discomfort, you could be in a much better place with your health right now.
I want to have something that like shows my weight loss like physically besides the obvious how I'm looking smaller, baby.
I do not see it.
But I saw someone do something similar where she had a bunch of hearts for all the weight loss that she's done. So I figured I would do mine on a smaller scale.
Have we not done this a million times? I mean, I remember she had like the popsicle stick for like a visual effect to show how much she lost. The commentary on this TikTok is I'm a visual learner, by the way, which you could be a visual person. This isn't going to teach you anything. It's not about being a visual learner in this instance. And she said that before, where she called something visual learning when it's not about visually learning. Like, I don't know. That's another pet peeve. I guess I'm just irritated by this TikTok in general. Also, does the hearts on the wall not give her flashbacks to the LCU? Because that's the first thing I thought of was her and Fupa doing their February heart on the wall thing. Like, surely she would have some of those hearts left over that she was supposed to be putting up. I don't know. This whole thing just is reeking of like consumerism and doing things with new products that she doesn't need to be doing. I'm sure she had hearts left over from her project with Fupa, where you can tell that this is a new package that she hasn't used for anything. I also really don't think that she needs this kind of a visual representation. And again, if I thought that she was genuinely losing weight and this was going to help her or keep her motivated or something like that, then fine. But like, if you've been on a diet for a month and the scale is showing what it's showing, I don't think that you would suddenly need to like go out and buy stuff from Temu or Amazon to keep yourself motivated. Clearly, you would have already been on the diet for a month. And so the motivation would just be seeing that number on the scale trending downward or whatever. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm just trying to say that this feels like something that she just bought because she thought it would be cute and she's using it for the content and not because she's actually losing weight. It feels very disingenuous to me.
No pun intended. And I'm gonna put a bunch of hearts on my door. I weighed in again today and I'm down another 1.6. That's amazing. So I have 8 different colors. Well, let me get to it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to cut out the music because I'm not 100% sure if it's gonna ding me for that on YouTube. But I will say the hearts are cute. I'll give her that. The hearts are cute. I just don't think that they were necessary. And like, I don't know. It seems very pointless to me.
Oh my god, you guys. Look how cute! That's all 34 pounds. Today I get to add 35.
So if she gains it back, is she going to take the heart off the door?
I don't know how long these will last on here. I might have to start putting some tape. But seeing it like that makes me really process how much I've lost in 35 days.
Honestly, for me, I feel the opposite. Like with how large she is, the bigger you are, the faster the weight should come off. I don't want to say the easier it is because obviously she's got a lot of weight to move around, and I'm sure that her hunger noise is way more intense than the hunger noise that I've ever experienced. So I don't want to say it's easy, but the weight should be coming off faster for her than it would for me. And seeing that she's only lost 1 pound a day for a whole month, like, I don't know. I feel like at her size, she should be able to lose more. Obviously, if you're smaller than Amber, that advice is not for you. For a standard straight-sized person, you should not be losing more than 1 to 2 pounds a week without the advice of a doctor. But she is like purportedly like at least 500 pounds. So I think it's safe to say she should be losing faster than an average person.
It's beautiful. It shows my hard work. And it's something fun. I love this idea. Hello, today is my
Okay, so that's the end of that TikTok. The only other thing I'm going to say is like, why would you choose to do that on your door? You know what I mean? Like, she knows that she got a package from, I'm pretty sure China based on the label. She knows she got like these cheap sticky notes from China. They're like some off brand or whatever. And she's like, you know where the perfect place to stick these would be? Somewhere that's going to constantly get a draft. Like, why not just put them on the wall literally to the right? I mean, she's probably going to have to add tape, as she said, but I don't think they're going to stick to a door that's opening and closing for like even one full day. Either way, I think we might have time for one more TikTok, so let's try to hit it.
Welcome to every single thing that I ate today in a calorie deficit. So for 350 calories, I have 2 clementine, 2 eggs with sriracha and bacon. For 652 calories, I made a corn on the cob with some Cajun seasoning, some potato with Cajun seasoning, and then I made chicken, shrimp, broccoli, garlic, onion with a little bit of Cajun seasoning. And there is a serving of butter in this right here. The butter I use is only 100 calories. I use like 80 calories worth, but
I'm pretty sure all butter is 100 calories per tablespoon. But regardless, so her breakfast I didn't really have an issue with. And honestly, this looks good too. If I'm having shrimp, I think that it's really good to add a carb with that because shrimp is not that filling, but it's a really good protein choice because it does have a lot of like protein for not very many calories. So if you're trying to watch your calories and get like some variety of meat in, I do think that shrimp is a good option. The only thing I would say is that she does consume a lot of salty foods. And, with her complaining about the lymphedema and lipedema, I would say that she should probably be more concerned about that at this point in her weight loss journey. Again, I don't really think she's trying to lose weight. That's my personal opinion based on what we're seeing on screen, but I'm giving advice as if she were because that's what she's presenting to us. But I would caution her with frozen shrimp to be careful because there is a lot of sodium in frozen shrimp to preserve it. So yeah, just something to keep in mind for somebody who is trying to keep their sodium down.
always log 100. So I'm making like a salad, but instead of lettuce, I'm gonna use carrot. And this is so easy, so tasty, I'm sure.
She is killing me with the back and forth motion with, do you guys do that? Am I the crazy one? Am I just taking way too long with this? Also, I have to say, the top comment that comes up for me when I'm watching this is, you're doing so good. Carrots have more sugar than lettuce, but it's still a healthy choice. I think we're beyond the concern of how much sugar is in a carrot at this point. I mean, she had 2 oranges for breakfast, so clearly that would have more sugar than the carrots do. But regardless, Amber responded to that person saying, I'm not afraid of sugar, especially not from carrots. And I think that's a great take. I don't really think you need to be that concerned about naturally occurring sugars, more so just added sugars.
I haven't tried it like this. I tried it with broccoli and it was great. And I love carrot. And it's fun. I love doing this. It gets a little messy.
That's kind of crazy because that smile is the most genuine smile that I've seen on Amber's face in a very long time. I do think she actually is enjoying shredding her little carrots here. Um, you know, I've said before, I would be actually very excited if she did lose weight. That would just be, I don't know if to say impressive. I guess I would be impressed, yeah. And so it would be nice to see her get a win like that. And when I see these little moments where she's got like the genuine smile when she's shredding her little carrot, I'm like, oh man, for a second, like I want to root for her. But then I'm like, no, I'm really sure that this is just her way of being able to post food content without getting flagged for I really can't say on YouTube, but you know what I mean. The kind of content that Tommy's community would enjoy consuming. I'm pretty sure that's what she's doing. So it's sad because, you know, it's kind of exciting at these little tiny moments where I'm like, oh yeah, this is like diet content. And then I have to remind myself, no, no, it's all for the camera. It's not actually what's happening.
You do it fast, but oh. I love carrots. I kind of want to cook some carrots one night and use it in replace for pasta. Like, I'm not afraid of pasta. I'll eat pasta. But I just think that'd be fun too.
I don't know how I feel about that idea because on the one hand, like I'm not a fan of pasta replacements. I understand some people do like spaghetti squash or zoodles or whatever. Personally, for me, if I want to sit down with a bowl of pasta, I want to sit down with a bowl of pasta. Like, I don't want to have the spaghetti squash nonsense. If you like it, that's great for you. That is a like low calorie replacement or whatever. I personally, when I have pasta, I just measure out the serving size, the 2 ounces of pasta, and I just have that with like a huge salad to like actually fill me up. I don't do like when I was younger. I would literally just make a shit ton of pasta. I mean, like, I would make like a lot. When Mr. DeLulu saw me eat pasta for the first time, he didn't say it at the time because obviously it would have been rude, but he told me after the fact, like after we had gotten engaged, she was like, man, I was like so annoyed that you're the skinny one seeing how you were eating that pasta. Because I would just have like a mountain of pasta and I would go back for seconds and thirds. Like I really was the Amberlynn, I think that's enough Amber meme. But now I always measure out my pasta. Anyways, I was just saying I would not swap the pasta noodles for carrots. I think that that is more sacrifice on flavor than I would be willing to do. But on the other hand, a lot of people actually put carrots in their marinara sauce. I know this is not breaking news for a lot of people, but I'm just saying those flavors can go together. I don't know if any of you guys watch the Shameless Nerd, but he actually has a pasta cooking recipe on his channel. He's not a cooking channel. He just did like a one-off how to enjoy cooking video. And I tried that and I thought it was pretty good. Mr. Delulu hated it. He thought that you could taste the carrots in it and did not like that. I also felt like you could taste the carrots in it, but it didn't put me off. I thought the flavors were good. So I'm not sure how I feel about her carrot pasta idea. I don't think it's the worst idea she's ever had, though.
All right, you guys. So for 650 calories, we have pork chops. And then this is a Caesar carrot salad. It has half a serving of the dressing. I didn't need a full serving. Under half a serving of sunflower seeds, pepper, half a serving of Parmesan, and 2 servings of croutons. Let's try it. I already know that pork chop good because I have that pork chop weekly, multiple times a week. Oh my.
I don't really like her food noises. Anyways, about the salad, I personally probably would prefer to have a traditional Caesar salad, and you guys already know I probably would skip the croutons, just personal preference. I would skip the croutons, especially in a salad like this. If you're making it out of carrots, you're gonna have so much crunch. I don't feel like you really need the croutons. I probably would have maybe gone a little heavier on the sunflower seeds just because I prefer to have more fat in my diet. But regardless, I think this is a nice looking meal. I'm pretty sure she's only having lettuce replacements because of the cyclospora outbreak in the United States. And so she's probably very concerned about having the lettuce. I also avoided lettuce for a little while, but I found some brands that are grown in the United States that I trust, and I've been So far, so good. I just realized I was being a little bit paranoid about getting sick. And mostly just because I don't want to be in labor and be sick like that. That sounds absolutely miserable. But regardless, yeah, I guess I'm just saying that I think that her meal looks fine. I would have preferred to have the lettuce, but overall, I feel like if she were on a diet, this is a decent lunch.
I like this even more than the broccoli version. Yep, unlike the broccoli, you cook the broccoli to do it, but this, keep the carrots raw. So good. All right, you guys, ending my day at 18:12, having a mint chocolate chip Chobani flip for 160 calories.
Her hair looks crazy. All right, that's my bad. I guess that the pork chop and carrot was for dinner, which even better, honestly, because that's kind of a light dinner, and I think light dinners are nice. I prefer, well, okay, I can't say I prefer. I usually do have a very tiny breakfast, but I prefer to have like more energy efficient foods for lunch. I guess like if I'm gonna have carbs, I prefer to have them for lunch so that I can burn the carbs off throughout the day. And then for dinner, having something more like what she has. I don't do that every night. But you know, if I was having an ideal day, I would probably eat similarly to how she had today, where she had the potato carbs at lunch, and then for dinner she just had like meat and a nice big vegetable side. I don't have an issue with the Chobani yogurts. I know some people do, and some people say that there's better options she could make. If this was her diet, which I hate that I have to add the disclaimer, but every time that I make these videos, people are like, oh, you're giving her advice, but she's not going to listen. You need to stop giving her the benefit of the doubt, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not giving her the benefit of the doubt. It's just this is the content she's providing for me to respond to. So I'm going to give genuine advice, you know, because maybe you guys are on diets and this is like good information for you or something. I don't know. But either way, I don't take issue with the Chobani yogurts. I think that that's a fine option for a snack if that was all that she was eating.
So that ends my day. Ooh, I've never seen green yogurt before, but I guess that makes sense because it's mint. Well, that's another day successful. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Okay, so that's all I have time to record in this video without it getting insanely long. That was most of day 8 and all of day 2 of August. So we've got a little bit more to catch up on. It looks like her next one is a weigh-in. I will be posting that on Thursday. My overall thoughts on this is that I still don't see the weight loss that she is claiming, especially when I really think about the fact that you guys tell me all the time that she's using these filters. Some of you have given me like tips and tricks to see if she's using the filters or if she's not using the filters. I'm going to be honest, I still suck at that. I believe just based on the fact that I've seen proof that she uses them sometimes, that she uses them all the time. And if that's not the case, then honestly, that's on her, you know, crying wolf, basically. If you're going to use filters frequently, then I'm going to assume that you're using them all the time. So I am, I guess, sad to not see the exercise videos anymore. Not that I really liked seeing her struggle, and hearing that that might have been content that was being made for Tommy's community because that's something that people find interesting makes it less exciting for me. But I don't know, it would be really cool to see her lose weight. I just feel like, you know, when you're watching a soap opera and you get a little too invested into it and you know it's fake in the back of your mind, but you're like, I can't believe she slept with his twin brother. That's how I feel watching Amberlynn do her diet. It's like, I love watching like what I eat in a days and diet content on YouTube. It's probably one of my favorite genres. Like I love watching Michelle McDaniel. I like watching Obese to Beast sometimes. There's other creators that I like too, but I just can't think of them right now. But yeah, no. And so I get like into it because I forget that this is not how she's actually living her life. So yeah, I liked seeing the movement that she had in there, and I'm sad that she has stopped. And I really wish she was coming back to YouTube because the vlogs would be kind of nice to see again. I'm really curious how she would film them now, if she would do them super lazy, if she would give the people what they want and go back to like the era where she was living with Eric and Ricky and Beck kind of vlogging or what. But I realistically don't think she's ever gonna be back on YouTube. I just don't think that there's anything she can do to get remonetized, and she's not going to do work for free, which, fair enough. As I always say, I don't think that anybody, including Amberlynn, should have to work for free. So that's pretty much my final thoughts on that. I'm excited to see what her weigh-in is like, but we're going to have to wait till Thursday for that. If you made it this far, you guys already know, stay Delulu, but not that Delulu. And I'll catch you in the next one.